everybody. Welcome back, everybody. Hope you're having a great day. Today I'm going to show you some of my sketchbooks and talk about why it makes a difference to sketch every day or at least a couple times a week in your sketchbook. And what I have learned through the years of doing sketchbooks and how beneficial they are to you as far as improving your abilities and also for your health, your mental health. So if you're not one for drawing per se, you can do other things. So I have this daily journal, I guess you could call it. Hey, Jilly. And this is just if you want to be creative in using color or collage, scrapbook paper, inks, stencils, that type of thing. This is a great way just to write down a little bit about your day and add a drawing or a piece of collage or a stamp, something, and add some color to your pages. So as you can see, didn't add much color. It was more or less just collage and that type of thing. And then as I started, I got more ideas. And that's the thing about sketchbooks, is as you go further into your sketchbook and doing it more often, you get more ideas. And that's when you get into a role of being in the zone. And that is a fantastic place to be, because you think of nothing else but that creative aspect of what you're doing. So all the worries in the world disappear, and your stress level, your blood pressure level, it all goes down. And you enjoy what you're doing, and then before you know it, time has slipped by so quickly that you can't believe it. And that's what I want for you, is to give you ideas so you can get into that zone and enjoy and help your health, and at the same time improve your creative skills. So see, I got into stenciling here, a little bit more creativity as far as composition. It will involve all kinds of things creatively. You might think about other stuff to put on the page. Hi, Chris. Stuff that you wouldn't think would be art related. Incorporating things. And this is how you get new ideas also. This is an older book. And I've used all kinds of cards, magazines, brochures, that type of thing, stamps, stickers, and washi tape. And it just gives you a creative outlet. If you're not one for drawing, then try this out. Or maybe you want to put more paint on it. You could do that too. But there's tons of ways of creating in your sketchbook. It doesn't have to be a beautiful sketch every time. That's where you learn and you practice, is in your sketchbook. So that's one way. And then, of course, there's always art classes that you can take. So this is just creative lettering. And this is just a composition book. So it doesn't have to be an expensive art book. And as you can see, I don't fill all the pages. Some I like, some I don't. It's just experimenting. And every time you do a page, you get a little better. But the good thing about doing it every day, and it doesn't have to be like hours a day. It could be just something like a doodle would be good enough. So this here, very simple. It's all about layering. But you play. Maybe you'll make 3 or 4 of these just to experiment on different layers or adding different things to it. Collage. How do I connect pieces of collage together? These are prompts from Journal 52. I don't know if they still do it or not, but they would give you a prompt, and it usually was a saying or something. And this one was up, up and away. So I did a whale swimming away, going up to the surface. And it was just different types of paper and some paper piecing. But it gets your imagination going. So if you're one for prompts, look up art prompts on Google or whatever, Pinterest even would have it, and try to think in your mind, how would you represent somewhere a simple place? And this was my simple place, my garden. Things that make me smile. So I just put a collage of different things that makes me smile. Would you be interested in prompts if I gave you prompts every month? Building character, there was another prompt. A little bit of abstract art. Letters of love. And this one was when I grow up. And the things that you thought back when you were a kid. What were the things that you wanted to be when you grew up? It's probably totally different than what you do now or what you did. Found poetry was fun. So you just cut out words from books and then make a sentence or a poem out of them. Another collage. Art for a cause, mental health. I wish upon a star tonight. So that the prompt was stars. What's this one? Life in a day of me. So working, coffee, dogs, art. M&R was the company I worked for. And this was just practicing with acrylic paint. And this is just composition notebook. So there's 2 pages glued together in some of them. So you can pretty well do anything in these books. This was color mixing for shades of face colors. More mixes. Practicing trees. Wood. Notes. And this was, I don't know how many I got here. This was an idea I had of using black and white text or papers from magazines or newspapers and using them as the background and drawing a face on top with golden high flow acrylics, and it was called Shading Gray, and pen. So I stuck with just doing the faces in the paint and pen, and then I just added maybe one color to it. And I really liked this idea, and I just picked faces from whatever. And each one's different. And I kind of took words that meant something with the face. I found I liked to have expression in the face so that it tells a story. And that's something I learned by doing. Hey, Dot. So I got a little more ambitious with certain ones. But I really enjoyed doing these. This one I actually added. This was a Halloween one, and I added gauze to it. So there's that one. And this was the class we did on the weekend for budding artists and blooming artists. And you'll be able to find that on the community page or under membership streams on the main channel page, if you remember. That was fun. So I know that there's a lot of people that do Inktober, and so many people get uptight and they might do a week and a half and then they give up because it's so stressful. So I think that if you're going to participate in something like that where you have to do a specific type of creative drawing with certain colors and go by their prompts, and depending on the prompts, they can be a little bit difficult to figure out how you want to represent that prompt. So if you're going to do it, doesn't mean you have to post every picture you do, or just do it in drawing. Don't bother with the ink. If you're just starting out, just start off with something you're comfortable with, like pencil or paint, whatever it is. And you can stick to the prompts if you want, or just pick a subject that you enjoy. Because if you don't enjoy a subject, if you're not into that subject, you're more than likely not going to finish it. You have to love what you're drawing to feel comfortable after a while of drawing. You need to love what you're doing. So many people take on really difficult subject matters, like portraits of specific people, and then they get very upset with themselves and critical with themselves because the face doesn't look like that person. Don't do that. If you're not practicing before you do a face like that, don't try and do faces for whole months, because you will end up quitting and then probably not doing faces anymore. So you don't want to do that to yourself. So find something that you're happy with, maybe something that you're a little bit more able to draw or paint, however you want to do it, and do a month of it. And you will see that your creativity for that one topic, or maybe you're just using certain types of mediums, will grow and develop into much stronger successes and talent of drawing those things or using those products. So this year I participated in the Birdtober. So instead of Inktober, it was Birdtober. And I thought that was a really cool, I love birds. And you could use whatever medium you wanted and draw or even take pictures or paint. Didn't matter. It could be cartoonish, it could be realistic, it could be abstract, whatever, but just do it for the month. And what I did was I limited myself to using the Zig Clean brush watercolor markers and pen. And that's all I used. Oh, and a bit of white gouache. And also graphite for drawing it out. I always draw my stuff out first because I don't want to put stress on myself. And there are no rules where it says you're cheating if you use an eraser, or I've heard people say, oh, you're cheating because you're using a reference. That's ridiculous. You're not cheating. Every artist has used an eraser. That's what they're there for. Why put stress on yourself? If you make a mistake, no. Use your erasers and whatever else can help you. That's the way I go. So this was the first, and it was specific types of birds that they put. So we had to look them up and then put them in. So this was a graphite of a rooster. It was fun. And even doing graphite, it was interesting to see how to use your pencil to make certain textures of feathers and using your eraser to rub out areas, that type of thing. So I don't know if you can see that. I just went around in circles to do the rough texture of his whatever that is. And that gave a great effect. Flickers and penguins. These were graphite with just a smidge of yellow watercolor. A swan. Now with these, I decided I want to start experimenting with letters, type. See if I can incorporate it into my paintings. And I really love how this turned out. And I am not a brush pen letterer by no means, but I'm going to try it. And this is a great place to do that. So try whatever you're a little leery of and see how it works out. I love this bird, the secretary bird. I thought that was actually a comic. I didn't know this was a real bird. And this picture was from a real bird picture. It was standing like this. Like they have big eyelashes, like they have fake eyelashes on and everything. It's like comical. I couldn't believe that was an actual bird. I started using more colored pencil in this one. And this one's okay, but I just started using different types of the brush markers. So I was still experimenting with it. So some of them are good, some of them, but it was a learning experience. This one was graphite. So I wanted the graphite to show the feathers a little better. And that worked out. Black. How do you do a blackbird? You use white colored pencil to give the shine. That was just strictly graphite. And I was using different types of pencils. That was just graphite. And I wanted to see how I would represent white feathers on the ends on a white background. So this is how I decided to do it. Now I'd probably do this again, because once you're doing it, I didn't want to erase everything, but I learned from it. Some more of these. This one was cool. Using grays and purples for shadows, that type of thing. I think this one's my favorite. And this was watercolor and colored pencil. And it was all about your darkest darks, so contrast, and then a bit of white colored pencil. And the snowbird I like too. That was interesting. Now the page under behind this seeped through, so that's why there's white on here. So not the best paper to do watercolor on, but I gave it a try. It was a practice session. Now I did this. I don't care for it that much. But every day I did one. Now these took more than 10 minutes, but I did it while I was watching TV in the evening. Also learned about different things like branches and grasses and leaves and that type of thing. And you learn with each one a little bit more. The Oriole I did on stream. That was really interesting. That's another bird you would think isn't real. It has purple and blues, and it's almost looks like a hologram. Their feathers, there's so many colors. A little warbler. The flamingo was my pick. And he turned out pretty good. It was interesting. See how I would get the feathers without doing every single individual feather. So I learned how to use whites. And the vulture, and then the barn owl was my last one. So I really enjoyed doing these, and I think I'll probably do some more. I don't know if you guys would be interested in doing prompts starting probably January. I'll make up some prompts and see what we can do. And then draw in our sketchbooks. So, that being said, oh, here's another, I did this one. This was for the blooming artist level. And this was about how to get ideas for your I never know what to call it. Sketch your day. Um, so like this one here where I did, where was it? This one. It was a sketch a day. So the day was about going back to school. You do put some lettering in and stuff. Different ways to do your, there's another one, sketch a day. So different ways of documenting a certain day or a week. It doesn't have to be just a day. It could be a whole month if you wanted to. There was another one in here. Where was it? Oh, there's the other one. Yeah. Okay. I'll start working on a list and see what we can dream up and do some more documenting of our day and using different items. This one I liked. It's got a hidden little a hidden area to put your secrets on. All right. So you got any questions or any suggestions of what you would like to see? All right. So I have a appointment I have to go to, but I just thought I would show you this book and a few of the other books. So don't hesitate about doing prompts or a monthly challenge, that type of thing. You don't have to do what they're saying, but try and make time each day where you can draw or paint or collage something in your sketchbook. And you can always come back to it too. You don't have to finish it, but start it. And then once the challenge is over, then you can go back and add more stuff to it. Like here, this one here, I will add a bunch of writing about that time of the month that the leaves were falling. This was the praying mantis I found in my leaf pile, and different trees and the coffee type of thing. Hey, Lena. Oh, no problem. This is actually a short stream because I have an appointment, but yeah, if you want to go back and you can see my birds and just talking about doing more in your sketchbook and not worrying about it. Practice using your sketchbook as your experimenting area that's non what would you call it, precious, because too many people are worried about putting something down on the page because it's a beautiful, precious, expensive journal. Just get a composition book. These books are actually $10. I think there's 200 pages in them. Now they're not the best quality, but they do pretty good. Could you recover your Instagram? I heard it. Yes, I did recover it. I don't know why they didn't say why they had shut it down, but I think the only thing I read some vlogs about why they typically do that, and it's because if they see suspicious activity from somebody on your Instagram, they will stop it, and then you have to prove you are who you are. So they emailed me, and it was from Instagram. And I went on my Instagram, and then there was a big warning on my page, and you had to click on that, and they would send you a code, and then you'd have to go, like, say you're not a bot, and look at a picture and clicks the square that had the bike in it, and that type of thing. And then they would send you an email, and you had to reply to that email and then get verified with a text. Then you had to take a code they send you, write it down on a big piece of paper. That's what this is. And take a picture, a selfie of yourself, and send it back to them. Thanks, Chris. Oh, you got some amaryllis bulbs? Oh, I love amaryllis. I've had one amaryllis. It's about 3 years old now. I keep them every year, and it blooms every year. If you just keep them and water them. Yeah, it was a big schmozzle. It was crazy, but I got it back. It was like 6 hours later they reinstated it. But yeah, you never know. Maybe somebody didn't like something I did, or art or something. I don't know. Who knows? The world's crazy right now. All right, so I will think about a prompt list that we can start in January, and then we will do sketches every day for that, and then see what we can dream up. If you got any suggestions for prompts, leave it in the description below so I can take a look at it. Oh, yeah? What, the bulbs, the leaves, or is it the flowers sprouting? Imagine the flowers will be sprouting. And Lena, Miss Linux 2010, she has a channel, and Devin has a channel. And Lena and I will probably be doing some more endeavors together, drawing or painting or whatever. We're just trying to figure out a time and a day. So stay tuned for that. All right, so I'll let you guys go, and we'll talk to you on Thursday, and we'll be doing a acrylic painting tutorial, probably winter themed. If you got any suggestions, just leave them down below, and we'll see you on Thursday. Bye for now.